audience?
Yeah.
Feed the dogs too? Maybe for the class.
Ready?
Yeah. Great.
A tomato, a sun-ripened fruit full of goodness, fresh, juicy, and tenderly sweet. Can't you just feel the zesty wholesomeness sinking between your teeth? Well, I'm afraid to say that my taste buds have not been very pleased with what the grocery store has to offer lately in tomato selection. They don't taste very ripe and are like slicing into a tasteless, man-made ball of mush. You can go organic if your wallet can afford to, or you can give your taste buds and pocketbook a break and grow your own delicious tomatoes. For the past years, I have been growing my own tomatoes and have found it very easy and rewarding. No matter where you live or your budget, you should be able to find a spot to grow these wonderful fruit. So today, I would like to tell you how to grow tomatoes. To start out, you will need a good location and good soil. Find an area where there will be full sun throughout the summer. You can till an area of land if you like, and if you have the space, or raised beds work great and look nice too. If you don't have room for either of these, pots work great and are good for small spaces. According to the 2010 Farmer's Almanac, tomatoes will thrive in loamy soil. Loamy soil is a mixture of sand, clay, and organic matter. If you are planting in existing earth, you might just need to add garden mulch or some sort of nutrient-rich dirt. I have raised beds and use garden mulch, which seems to make my tomatoes very happy. And here I have an example of our tomatoes from last year with our raised beds. And if you're planting in pots, you can use bag soil, which you can purchase at any garden store. So now that you have your beds ready to plant, excuse me, you may want to try some of these techniques I have found helpful for tomatoes. You can plant lime in your soil, or you can add lime to your soil, which will prevent root rot, end rot, and here's an example of end rot in a tomato, which seems to occur frequently in Oregon. And an important thing to remember when fertilizing is not to over-fertilize. And according to garden expert and owner of Al's Garden Center, Jack Bajay, don't fertilize after the 4th of July because it will promote vine growth instead of fruit growth. One more trick you can do is plant marigolds around your tomatoes, which prevent aphids from invading your beloved delicacies. And they look pretty too. Tomatoes are vine plants, so they need something to grow on. You can use cages or trellises, or you can even just stake your tomatoes. They're not too picky. So now that you have your tomatoes planted and ready for growth, don't forget one more important ingredient: water. Water is often hard to figure out when caring for your tomatoes. Tomatoes like well-drained soil and even watering. Once you have your tomatoes in the ground, layer grass clippings around the root boundary of your plant, which will help maintain even moisture throughout the hot summer. So now that you have put a little TLC into your tomatoes, you can sit back and watch them grow. They should be ready to harvest around August or September, and it is well worth the wait. Once you sink your teeth into one of them, you should be very delighted. Your taste buds will love you, and probably your neighbors too.
Good. You know, for last